What's going on, man? It's your girl, Tampa Mystic, and we are live on the industry's most wanted podcast. Happy Saturday, everybody. Listen, I got a really special guest checking in today, but y'all got to stick around to see who it is. Hey, and there he is. What's going on?
Hello, what's happening?
Hey, thank you so much for being here. He and I just had a great conversation before we started this live stream. I feel like I've known you for years already.
Absolutely, that's awesome.
Thank you so much for being here today. I appreciate you. I'm glad that you were able to make it because we have a big time difference between us. So, without further ado, go ahead and introduce yourself.
What's up? What's up? My name is James Eland, and I hail from Zimbabwe, down in Africa, Southern Africa side,
That
and
is
I'm a musician. Yeah.
Yes, that is amazing. Listen, again, I'm so excited to have you here because, like I said, we worked it out. There's a big time difference. What time is it where you're at right now?
Right now it's around about 9 p.m. I'm pretty sure
Okay.
about that. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you're like 6 hours ahead of us because we at 3 p.m. here Eastern Standard Time out here in ATL.
Yeah, absolutely.
and
Representing. Yeah.
and the other thing too is, man, it is so hot out here in Atlanta. It's been pushing like around 95 to 100 degrees. And you told me it's 15
Uh,
below zero where you're at. You're like on the opposite side of the spectrum. Dang.
Yeah, that's right about a boiling point. You guys are boiling over there. I
Right. You
remember
guys
Flam
are
telling me it's hot out here. Yeah,
freezing. We're boiling and you're freezing. I just want to take a quick
exactly.
second to shout out everybody checking in. We are currently live streaming on multiple platforms. We're on 2 Facebook pages, Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube. So no matter where you guys are checking in, thank you guys for being here. Make sure you guys drop a comment. Let James know that you're here. Show him some love. I'm going to be bringing the comments on the screen as you guys drop those comments. So, we appreciate everybody checked in. But we're just going to get right on into it, man. Give us a little bit more in-depth introduction of James Eland because you probably do a lot within music and other stuff. We know you're a musician and he's checking in from Zimbabwe, y'all. Like he is out there where it's freezing cold right now. So give us a little bit more in-depth introduction.
Okay, I'm a musician. I've been in the music industry for I think right now it's 13 years, if I'm not mistaken. But I've been running down independent, for probably 7 years. Yeah.
Man, so you've been doing this for a minute. Shout out to everybody checking in. I see people on YouTube. I see people on Facebook tuning in. They're here to support you. So shout out to you guys. We got James Eland checking in. He's in Zimbabwe, y'all. Like he is 6 hours ahead of us, and it's 15 below zero there. Like I can't,
Absolutely.
I can't believe you ain't got the big. I'm over here with the tank tops, and you got the long sleeves on.
Now
So I'm
I'm
so excited.
freezing. Like I'm in my blankets right now. Yeah.
I know that's right. So I'm excited to have you here, and well, let's just talk about your journey. Take us back. What was it like? I know you're still living out there, but what was it like growing up in Zimbabwe?
I'll tell you the truth. It's not like what was it like. It's what is it like. It's actually a tough moment for us to be here. But most of the times we are very grateful for being in Africa. It's a nice place to be. It's a
Yeah.
very peaceful continent. So yeah, I think it's a blessing overall.
Absolutely. My son was in the military for 5 years and he traveled a lot and he's seen a lot of places. And he was in South Africa. He was training the soldiers down there. And he told me that was so beautiful. And out of all the
Yeah,
places he got to go, that was his absolute favorite place. I don't know exactly. I just know he was in South Africa and he sent me back some pictures. And it was like, so amazingly beautiful because I love nature. I love being outside. To me, that's God's gifts that He gave us. So it's on my bucket list to come visit one day.
now you should come through. Like it's always a pleasure to have people coming through. Like there are many places that you can visit out here. There's a seventh wonder if you had of Victoria Falls. Yeah, it's also here in Zimbabwe. So yeah, it's a place to be. You can definitely come visit through it.
Amazing. And we got questions coming in. Just asked, wow, say homie, what do you do? Do you rap? So they're already dropping the questions in the comments. So go ahead, I'll let you answer that.
Wow, yes, I'm a rapper. Uh, most I mostly concentrate on party rap. I'm a party musician. I like music when I take it to the party. Like most of my songs, they're based on the party,
Yeah.
because I believe that there's more fun in the party than just stating out a story out there. You'd rather state it for the people to have fun through it, and then you can relate better when people are happy.
Absolutely. I totally agree because music is a universal language and
Absolutely.
we all turn to music for an emotion, whether it's to uplift us, make us feel good, get in that party mood, or even if we're having kind of a sad day and we just need something to uplift us. Music is that universal language that we all turn to. So it sounds like you're making that fun music that people
All
can
the
really
time, yeah.
like just turn up to and party to and have a good time to. So, tell us how you started doing music. How did you get involved? Who influenced you or what influenced you?
Most influences came from various artists, both international and locally. Internationally, like Eminem, he's been my motivation like for a long time, and we listen to people like Don William and fellow musicians locally, talk of Funky D, talk of the most known as Killer T. There are various, like just listening to the music industry. Plus, back in the day when we were growing up, a radio was more popular. There weren't many of these streams and what's happening nowadays. Like it was just radio through and through. So just
Yeah.
listening to the radio, it got us motivated that no, man, I just want to do this. And sometimes you could sing along to the songs. You feel like, nah, man, I can even do better, or I can just go hand in hand with these people. So that gave us hope and the inspiration and the motivation. Yeah.
That is so amazing. And you've got a question coming in through Facebook. Shout out to my
All right.
guy, Gorillas. He said, so where can we find your music? And is your name James Eland on music platforms? That's a question that came in.
Yeah, absolutely. It's James Eland all the way. Like on all music platform, iTunes, just everywhere. Any music platform you can think of is everywhere. Even most radio stations, I think now they're able to play our music. Like so, any radio request, you can just get it.
Absolutely. And thank you guys for the questions. Those are great questions. Feel free to chime in at any time and drop them questions because that's what we're here to do. We're here to get to know James a little bit better. So I love the journey that you had with starting music. Talk to us about maybe a couple of the artists, and they may be artists we are familiar with or we're not familiar with yet. Who were a couple of the artists that maybe inspired you?
I think let me talk of the artists that you guys can be familiar with. Like talk of Ti.
Yes.
Ti had a major influence, in the bowling type of music. Sometimes it got us like intrigued. Like basically, he motivated most of our dress codes, even the way that we thought in terms of hip hop. There was a great influence of how we even started to rap. And this rap game, it's all about knowing what's trending before you start to do your own art to it. You have to put something to it, but it's an addition from what's been done before and what's to be done ahead.
Man, that is amazing. That's a great way to break it down and elaborate on it. You're absolutely right. It's like we're not trying to reinvent the wheel, as the old saying goes, but we're trying to enhance it. And that's what you have to do,
Absolutely.
and that's what you're doing through your music. So, for the people who haven't had the opportunity to hear your music yet, which we're going to play them a song in a little bit, for the first time when they tune in and hear your music, what do you want them to feel? What do you want them to get from your music?
Uh, Basically, when I get to do my music, most of the times I get the motivation from what's happening around me, and most of the times whenever I write a song, I make sure that it also enables me to listen to it and also to relate to it, because basically when I put a song out there, it's about what I'm seeing and what I'm seeing ahead of me. So most of the times it's me in the party system, then I get to write a song according to what I'm seeing out there. It's like I don't know. There's no boundary there. I just feel good about it.
Yeah, absolutely. What is your creative process? Do you write all of your music or do you get in the studio and just kind of like go off of the current vibe? How does your music come together?
My music comes together most of the times it's the relationship between me and my producers. Sometimes I have a song in my head, then
Yes.
the beats come through, and everything comes through the system, and most of the times I just get to see the system in my head, like you know what or what's his name, this other musician once said, what, it all starts in my head.
Yes.
It's all
Yes.
about the head, yes, and
Yeah.
yeah.
And having that chemistry with your producer, like you said, and being in their studio and vibing out, and probably the vibe that you catching from the beat. I know you said that you like to make party type music. Have you ventured outside of that and made other styles of music yet?
Yeah, I think I've made that like Make Money. I think Make Money was not more of a party music song. It was based on the reality what's happening around people. Like because it says that make money, see them love you. You understand? Because I've seen that a lot more times people get to love you when you start to make money. You get to see a lot of attention from people, even those who never loved you and who never knew you. People start to know you. You start to receiving love from people because you're making money. You attract a lot of people in your circle. So
Yes.
yeah, yeah, that's how I made a song, and it featured Mr. Flamboyant. He just took it like, man, this song is awesome. I want to be in it. Then I was like, let's do it.
Let's speak on that for just a minute. Shout out to Mr. Flamboyant. That's your current management. Shout out to Promo Diva Tip as well. She's the one who reached out to me. How did you connect
Absolutely.
with them?
Mr. Flamboyant, we've connected for like I started connecting with him on I think it was LinkedIn back in 2011.
Yes.
So we've known each other since then. Since then, when I was working with the Youth Music Exchange down in New York, uh, then but we started working together. I think that was 2017 when I did Make Money. Yeah, that was the first song that I had with him, and we did a distribution deal on that.
That is amazing. So you guys have built a great relationship, and I just wanted to commend you on that because you guys are obviously not in the same city, not even the same state or the same country, and you guys have
Absolutely.
been able to build such a dope relationship. And one thing that I just want to say real quickly about you in the conversations that we've had before we started and now is you're very polished and you're very professional, and I love that because there's so many artists out here that I try to have these conversations with, and I can't even talk to them. It's like talking to the wall. You know what I'm saying? Because they it's no shade, but it's just being honest. And you're
Nah,
very,
I feel you. Yeah, I
very
feel you.
professional and very polished. And, let's talk about that a little bit. As a musician, I think it's important. If you want to be able to put your music out to the whole world, you got to make yourself marketable. And that comes with being professional and knowing how to talk to people. How important is that to you as an artist?
Well, it's important because most of the times you have to realize that people want to support something that's not baseless. They need to support something that has some weight to it, and you need to understand what people want and what people like. And most of the times, you need to encourage the world according to your art. What you represent is what you put out there.
That's great piece of advice right there. And for any of my aspiring artists that are either tuned in or may catch this later, take heed to what he said because really when you get on a bigger scale, you got to learn how to turn certain things on and off. Like I don't like to use profanity in my interviews because it makes it more marketable. And some of the artists come through and they want to curse the whole time. And I tell them, you got to learn how to turn that off. You know what I'm saying? There's a time and a place for everything. And when you're in front of the camera and you got media looking at you, you want to present yourself in a professional manner. So I just wanted to quickly, commend you because you're so professional. And like I said, you're very polished. And I respect that. I can't wait for you to come out here to the States.
Yeah, but I think also it comes with the culture. I'm from Africa, man. I'll be honest, like we
No,
get a beating for cursing. You
I,
understand?
okay. So,
So
well,
yeah,
I want you to get a beating for sure.
absolutely, yeah. So
So
yeah,
let me ask you this: where you're from, what is the hip hop culture like out there?
here we got Zim Danso. It's quite popular. It's quite popular, Zim Danso itself, and I think it's the most dominant genre. However, there's some relevance in hip hop over here. There's some relevance to it, but the city that I come in, it's all hip hop because I come from the second capital. That's all hip hop city. So yeah, but the capital now is just all dancehall and a few hip hop artists are coming through, and it's been welcome. So yeah, I think it's now the second genre in the country.
That's amazing. So, would you say in the area that you're from, it's tough for independent artists, or is it easy for independent artists to get recognition in the music business?
Recognition comes through hard work. That's one thing I've discovered. You have to learn to convince the people that your art is the way to go. Because that's what I've learned in these past times, that it's not about how good you are. It's about how good you are at introducing yourself to the world. Because people want, like I said before, people want you to represent them. So you have to make sure that you are capable of representing people to the world, and that way they can support you.
Absolutely. That's a great, great answer. Now, let's talk about the music that you've put out. Have you, we'll say maybe in the last 1 to 2 years, have you put out any albums or EPs, or have you mostly been focusing on singles?
Well, I focus on singles most of the times because, like I said, I'm a party rapper. You know, maybe one day I'll compile to that, but singles, they were the way to go. Because nowadays, albums, they're expensive to push, and also it's a lot of work there. But if you push singles, it's the best way to reach out to people. Yeah,
I
I
totally
don't have, yeah,
I totally agree. That's again a great answer, and let's talk about that a little bit more in depth. For any artists that are on the rise, when you're still trying to build a fan base, it's better to focus on those singles because you don't want to put a whole album out 10, 12 songs and your fan base isn't that big because they might be missing out on some great music. So putting those singles out is the way to go when you're still working on building your fan base. And like you said, when you put a full body of work out an album, it's very expensive because you got to put a budget behind now 8, 10, 12 songs versus one. You got to shoot
yeah,
multiple videos. It gets very expensive. So I'm in total agreement with you. Definitely stick to putting those singles out. And I'm not saying don't ever put an album out, but wait until you start catching a little bit of a buzz and people are paying attention to you. So I think that it's phenomenal that you completely understand this music business and how it works.
yeah. No, what I've discovered when it comes to an album, you don't need to be impulsive to that because like I say, you put in a lot of work and a lot of budget is needed there, and you would be shocked that if you're not established enough, no one will listen to that music. You just have a long stream of nothing, and at the end of the day, you wouldn't need that. But if you can be able to like push yourself, because I see the much effort that we put on just one song. Can you imagine? On
Yes,
just one song, it's hard to even get 100 plays. I'll be honest with you.
man,
Top
I
of
I
just one
agree.
song itself.
Absolutely. As an
Yeah,
independent artist or a content creator like myself, one of the hardest things to do is get people to support you because people have busy
absolutely,
lives. They're doing their own thing.
absolutely.
There's so many artists and so many other people like myself, content creators and radio personalities, that it's tough to get people to. So we're grateful for the ones that do. So one more time, everybody that's tuned in, whether you're on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, or YouTube, thank you guys for checking in. If you got here a little bit late, this will remain on the YouTube channel permanently, so you can go back and check it out and support it. What are some of the things that like besides music? What else do you enjoy doing?
Well, besides music, I'm an Asian care support. I'm starting to support the aging. So
Okay.
yeah, yeah. So most of the times I'm at work doing that.
Got you. Do you
Yeah.
enjoy outdoors? Like, do you enjoy being outside? And like I mentioned earlier on, I'm very outdoorsy. I love being outside. I love enjoying God's gifts that He presented to us. I love hiking. I love the mountains. Do you enjoy being outside like that?
Well, a lot, a lot, because you know what, you can't do nothing when you're inside the doors. So basically, you need to be outside for you to be able to see a lot of things and to also be versatile. So you need to be outside more than inside. That's why
Yeah.
nobody wants to be in jail.
Absolutely not. You guys listen to
Yeah.
this man. Get outside more, get active, and it's not even it's about having fun outside, but also there's a lot we can do to take care of ourselves. We have to have our mental and our physical health together. All that is important. Absolutely. And you look like you take good care of yourself.
I try to. Yeah.
That's dope. Do you have any current videos out? Anything that you've released recently?
Yeah, yeah. There's Mood. The video that we did last year. For my single Mood. The one that I did before Grab a Bottle.
Is it your YouTube channel? Is it under your name or what is the YouTube channel?
My YouTube channel is under the label J Lawson Music Group, but it's easy to say. It's just James Eland. Mood.
Yes, and I'll put the comment on the screen too from J Lawson Music Group so you guys can see that that's the actual YouTube channel right there. Make sure you guys go hit that subscribe button, hit a thumbs up, leave a nice comment, all that stuff. So, what about like other business ventures? I know music is a love and a passion for us, but it's always dope when we tap into other business ventures. Is there anything else besides music that you're diving into that you can talk to us about?
Yeah, it's okay. It's all right. Like I said, I'm doing aging and support certificate 3. So yeah, I take care of the aged, older people.
I love it.
Yeah, it's a passion. Yeah. Uh, and we do a lot of hustles down here. Employment rate is a bit lower, so we just hustlers.
I love that. Let's talk a little bit about you said that you work with, elderly people.
Absolutely.
I listen, first and foremost, I wanted to say thank you for that because my father is in his 70s and he does well by himself, but I know at some point in time he's going to need some help because my mom passed away, so he's by himself. And I get worried about him, when he's out by himself, cuz a lot of people don't have patience for older people cuz they move a little bit slower, they drive a little bit slower, and that really angers me. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to say thank you, that you working with elderly people. How did that become a passion for you?
Well, it's during the COVID time. I realized a lot of things. Like it was important to focus on essential services because a lot of unemployment happened during that time, and only essential services were the most relevant jobs you can do. And like you said, there are a lot of elderly people who need help, and during
Yes.
that time, there were a lot, and they were the most affected. Or they were the most affected, and they're still the most affected as you speak.
Yes.
It needs an understanding. Like you said, a lot of people get frustrated over nothing,
Yes.
and we are taught not to do that, and we know their rights, and we respect them a lot, and it's not easy to take an elderly person to bathing and all, but it becomes a passion first, and once it's a passion, then it becomes easy, and you wouldn't think of anything but helping them out.
Yes. Maybe I need to move there where you're at. Because it
Yeah, I
sounds
feel you.
I love everything about your culture. To me, it's like in America, I understand, and I'm from here. I'm from Florida. I now live in Georgia in the Atlanta area. And I'll tell you, like, there's so many just rude and disrespectful people out here. Like I come across them almost every day. And I'm just like, to me, a lot of it stems from maybe mental health. Maybe they got, stuff going on in their life. And not to say my life is perfect, but I'm upbeat and happy majority of the time, and I project that to people because I want that same kind of energy. But out here in America, there's just so many like off the wall people that it sounds like I need to move where you're at.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I feel you. No, I think most of the times, especially the generation nowadays, is influences from our music. I'll be honest. Sometimes we get to influence people in a bad way with our music itself. As much as it enables us to make a lot of money, but it's just not proper most of the times. I'm not pointing a finger.
Of
That's why I'm
course,
just stating like our music because
you're
I
stating a
listen to I listen even to some music out there. You get to see the relevance of the beat just make you dance, but if you listen closer to the lyrics, they're making sense in a bad way, and that kind of influence you wouldn't need that to happen to your keys or to the generation. That's what's causing all this rudeness that's happening.
Yeah, absolutely. Because now every child has access to social media. So
Absolutely.
therefore, they see so much stuff going on. Like when I was a child, I didn't have a phone or an iPad or none of that stuff. I was like, to the point where I had to be old enough to buy it for myself. You know what I'm saying? And so I came from an era where that wasn't in existence. So now things have
Absolutely.
completely changed. Let's talk about that a little bit, because I think social media is a bittersweet. It's sweet because it allows us to do stuff like we're doing right now. We can tap in with people from around the world. But again, it's also tough because it puts a lot of pressure on the younger generation to look a certain way, dress a certain way. um, how would you feel that social media helps you as a musician?
Well, social media, it helps a lot, but only if you can learn how to use it. Because most of the times I've discovered that it's there, social media is there, but the toughest thing is to make sure that people love your content.
Yes.
It's not easy to make people get to like your content. That's the most hardest thing. But once you pin the right button, you just good to go. It's
Yes.
just automatic. It's just automatic. But the toughest thing is to make sure that people get to follow you. That's one thing. Another thing, because people, like you said before, they are busy and they have a lot of things to do, and it's not easy to take their time just for a few minutes or for a few hours they spend on the internet. And everyone is looking for that something, but make sure you become that something they're looking for. That's what you
Yes.
need to make sure it happens.
Absolutely. That's a great point right there. And we've got people, like I said, chimed in right now from Facebook. We got two Facebook
Absolutely.
accounts on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube. So while we got these people tuned in, go ahead and tell them where they can follow you at on your social media.
Well, you can follow me at I am James Eland. I am James Eland. It's everywhere, be it Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, even the latest TikTok. Most talked about though. Yeah, so on TikTok I'm there as well. Yeah,
There's so many social platforms to keep up with, right?
it's the most harder. Like I always tell Flam, like especially TikTok. I always laugh at Flam. Flam doesn't know anything about TikTok. It just-
Come on, flamboyant, get it together, bro.
yeah, he doesn't know anything about TikTok. Every time I tell him about TikTok, he's like, I know nothing about that, but I'll try to be relevant to it. I'm like, you have to, because this is part of the job. It comes with a price, though. Yeah.
Do you dance at all?
My bones and ain't don't enable me to do that. I'll be honest, but I can try. I can know. I have this. Yeah, I think I'm better. Yeah, I wouldn't say I'm that much of. I'm better. I can dance a little bit. Yeah,
I was gonna
yeah.
say
I
on
can do the
TikTok.
wrong moves. Yeah, when I'm
Okay.
dancing to the right song. Yeah,
Well, you make party music, so I was just curious if you could dance to it too. That's really dope. Well,
well,
we're gonna check out your
dancing
record.
you gotta be relevant to the beat. Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely. You got to have good rhythm. And I think the thing with again, when I'm an OG, you guys. I'm a little bit older. So when I was like in my
absolutely.
teens and early 20s, um, and we just went to the club and danced. There wasn't really any like specific type of dancing. We just danced and had fun. Now they got all these crazy dances out there. I'm like, I can't keep up with all that. You know what I'm saying? I might hurt my knees.
There's nothing cooler than dancing to the right song. Even when you're dancing when you're using the wrong moves, you just have to dance to the right song
Just
in the
have
wrong
fun
moves.
with
Yeah,
it. Yeah, have fun
yeah,
with it and not care what other
absolutely.
people think, right?
Yeah, because the
Absolutely.
moment you start being a good dancer, it's now a profession, and you wouldn't
Yeah,
want that at a party. Yeah,
that's right.
yeah.
Absolutely. um, let's talk about your song. It's called Grab a Bottle. We're going to check it out here in just a minute. Tell us a little bit about the song, how you came up with the concept, who produced it, where it's available. Give us all those details.
Okay, grab a bottle. It's been a minute. It's been a concept that I used to have, for a long time, for years. I'll be honest. It's more like a hashtag on its own. It's a hashtag. When this hashtag thing all started, I was just doing this grab a bottle. Then I was like, this other time, because if you listen to my song, my first hit single as a solo artist is James Eland. After I exited the media rights, I think that was in early 2011 or something. I mentioned grab a bottle on that song, and so recently I was like, what, why don't I make this a song? And after I listened to a beat from my producer, shout outs to my producer, uh, I was like, you know what? I think this is the one, because basically when I heard that beat, the whole concept just came through, and I was like, this is the one that I want to look at. Yeah, because
Awesome.
and my producer is Fiber Beats.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah,
Now, the song is called Grab a Bottle. What is
absolutely.
your bottle of choice to grab?
I don't drink.
Bottle of water. A bottle of water.
Yeah, so a bottle of water or even juice, just anything that much of a bottle. You just need to be like, I noticed that at festivals or even parties, just anyway, or even at stadiums, you just need something to grab, and it's always grab a bottle. That's why when it's on the plane, you have to holler.
Now I'm with you, bro. I don't drink either, so I'll grab the
Mhm.
bottle of water or a bottle of juice, and you guys, we can do cheers with that. I'm cool with that.
It makes sense when you play the song. Trust me, it makes sense when you play the song. It just comes out naturally. You feel like grabbing that bottle straight through.
That is
And a
amazing.
lot of people should help us by using the hashtag, by sharing that, and that becomes awesome. Even on their videos, whatever they're doing, selfies, just putting it out, just grab a bottle out there. They're making a lot of difference, because that's the way you can help an artist go through. And making a song viral begins with you as a person.
Absolutely. I was just about to say, let's help make this song go viral. Use that hashtag. Everybody can pick up a bottle, whether you pick up a bottle of wine or a bottle of liquor or a bottle of water. Grab a
Absolutely,
bottle, hashtag it. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you tag James Eland. It's all about supporting these artists because, as we mentioned earlier on, one of the hardest things to do is to get people to support you. So, we're grateful for everybody that's tuned in today. So, we're going to go ahead and check out the song. Before we do it, go ahead and tell them one more time. Anybody that may have chimed in a little bit late, tell them one more time where they can follow you at.
okay. They can follow me on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube at I am James Silland, or J Lawson Music Group, www.jlawsonmusicgroup.com. I'm there, like part of the roster there.
Amazing. Is there anybody that you want to show some love to and give a shout out to?
I want to give a shout out to everyone that supports me, and those who are yet to support me. Like, I want to give a shout out to all, and talk of Mr. Flamboyant, Ebony, DJ Rick Life, DJ Kenny Edwards. I saw, I think he was logged in. So, like, I want to shout out to everyone who came through for me, and everyone down in Zimbabwe. I want to say shout out to you all.
Yes, absolutely. Well, listen, thank you so much for taking some time. I know it's much later there than it is here, and it's definitely much colder
Absolutely.
there than it is here.
Yeah, it is. Absolutely.
I wish I could send a little bit of heat through the internet for you. I definitely would to warm you up a little bit.
I'm actually feeling it already. Trust me.
Putting some sunshine your way.
Exactly. Exactly.
So we're going to go ahead and check out this record. Is there anything else that you have that you want to let everybody know before we get into the song?
Well, they should be waiting for the video. The video shoot is coming soon.
Okay.
Soon after we finish up the compilation of whatever we're trying to make happen first. Yeah, then definitely the video is coming through, but we don't know what, where, and when yet.
Awesome. Well, listen, guys,
Absolutely.
everybody that's tuned in, we're about to check out this record. If you guys like the record, make sure you leave some comments, put some fire emojis, put something in the chat so James
Everything,
knows.
and leave a
Yeah,
comment on the, yeah, leave a comment everywhere. That
yeah.
would be awesome as well. And follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook.
I like how you say
Yeah,
Twitter, Twitter.
yeah, I'm a Twitter guy.
I love the accent.
Absolutely. Thanks very much.
Absolutely. So go ahead and give us an introduction for Grab a Bottle, and we're going to take a listen.
All right.
You got to introduce it for us.
What's up, everybody? You're gonna be listening to Grab a Bottle right here on TampaMystic with TampaMystic on www.industriesmostwanted.com.
Yes. Actually,
Have fun with it.
can I ask you one more question since you properly introduced the song?
Absolutely.
So you're absolutely right. We're on Industry's Most Wanted podcast. So you got to let the whole world know what makes James Eland the industry's most wanted.
What makes me the industry's most wanted? I think I'm good at what I do, and I believe in myself. And I believe in myself because you guys make me believe in myself, and that's an awesome moment that I get to enjoy in every while. So I appreciate every support that people give me, and it gives me a lot of hope and courage all the time. Yeah,
That
and
is
that
amazing.
makes me the best at it.
That makes him the industry's most wanted, you guys.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So listen, without further ado, make sure you guys go grab a bottle and we're going to check out this record. Let me know what you think. Drop them comments.
Holla, holla, holla.
Benny.
Holla. Everybody's on the field right now. Everybody's on the field right now. Cause I can't get enough of it. And I can't get enough of it. Yeah. More bodies in the air, hell yeah. Dancing to your waistline, yeah. Cause I can't get enough of this. And I can't
Yeah,
get
absolutely.
I grabbed my bottle.
close clean.
Absolutely.
Step the game up in this club like you own it. You make you dance, cut you wet, make you pay for it. Yeah, I know I've been missing all this club life. Scream my name, make the DJ play the song, hell yeah. If it ain't James Hill, on the motel, Mr. No, no. Boy, you been hanging with the wrong crowd, yeah. We get day losing up on the road. Got my hand on my face while I'm trapped. Shorty got my mouth wide open, like I'm clubbing. Hold a thought to yourself, this a moment that we trapping, hell yeah. Holla, everybody's on the play, right?
That's such a dope song, yeah.
Right now,
I know.
cause I can't get enough of it. And I can't get enough of it. Yeah. More bodies in the air, hell yeah. Trap dancing to your waistline, yeah. Cause I can't get enough of this. Yeah. And I can't get enough of this. One shot, two shots for the road. Third shot, puts my mind on my goal. What you waiting for? What you waiting for? This moment make you dance, hell yeah. Hell yeah. PUBG, when there's no lot of pressure. Did you big wife up on the deck? Put some crack on the trap, make it clap. Get down low and let it low to your waistline. Yeah, can't do
Shout out Go Hard Gorilla said I'm rocking with this. Yes.
it down low.
Absolutely.
Low to your waistline, yeah. Can't do this on my own. I need my club
Make sure you go download it and support it.
right now.
Absolutely.
Body's on the groove right now. Cause I can't get enough of it. And I can't get enough of it. Yeah. More bodies in the air, hell yeah. Trap dancing to your waistline, yeah. Cause I can't get enough of this. Yeah. And I can't get enough of this.
Yeah.
And I can't get enough of it.
What a whole vibe. That is such a dope record. Oh my goodness.
Absolutely.
That's being added to my playlist immediately because you know what? I like
Awesome.
working out and stuff. So I think that'll be a really good song to work out to. It's gonna really uplift me because we need
Yeah.
that uplift music to get our heart rate up, and that's the song right there.
Yeah, that's the song right there. Especially when you're tired, you just get to grab the bottle and get to drink some water. Yeah.
That's right. We got the water right here on deck.
Absolutely.
Well, listen,
Terrific.
it was such a pleasure to have you on here. Thank you so much for taking some
Same
time.
here.
Anything else before we get out of here? Anything else you want to let the people know?
Well, I want the people to know that life is a good thing and embrace every moment. Embrace every moment because you never know what tomorrow brings. Because we get to see a lot, and most of the times I let a lot from the elderly people I get to take care of myself. Like they get to teach me a lot of things that makes me understand that you know what, embrace every moment that you get because you might lose it at any given time.
Absolutely.
You know, yeah. And
That
so just
that is
hang
just
in
gave
there.
me chills. That gave me
Yeah.
chills.
I feel you, but it's a fact though.
It is absolutely, especially when we lose people that are close to us. It really makes us understand how precious and how short life really is. So that's a great piece of advice. Every day, wake up and thank God, for another day or, whoever you believe in, make sure you thank God every day for another day because some people didn't wake up today or some people won't make it to see to lay their head down tonight. So that's a great, great piece of positive affirmation that you put out there. So once again, thank you so much. Shout out to everybody who tuned in and checked in. Make sure you guys go to Industry's Most Wanted, subscribe, leave a comment, thumbs up on this interview, and we up out of here, you guys.